Right now, we're wondering, what are the 21st century goals, and how do they relate to teaching, learning, and assessment? Well, right now, for teaching, sometimes it can get a little boring. Our students fall asleep, we get frustrated, and we wonder how we can engage them more. And the point of the 21st century goals is to turn students from sleeping students into hardworking students and happy teachers. As teachers, we want to use relevant curriculum and technology in order to deliver our core curriculum. By doing this, we ensure that students are engaged and into what we're teaching, but also we prepare students to compete globally with their 21st century skills. Showing the emerging technologies can be used to create lifelong learners is an important element of what we teach. For learning, taking advantage of the technological competency empowers them to become global learners and to become competitive on the global market. And, like the picture shows, teaches them that knowledge is power and that they can be worldwide competitors in the job market. When it comes to assessment, we seem to be stuck in our old ways, filling out bubble sheets and focusing on standardized testing. But with 21st century goals and skills coming into play, it's out with the old and in with the new. As we move forward, we wonder, are our 21st century goals really being met? There are some areas where we're excelling. I think we've recognized that there's problems and that we have solutions to those problems, and from that, we've made our goals. We see this in the world as flat, and how we see the problem of jobs going elsewhere and people being equipped to fulfill those jobs in other countries, and that takes away from jobs in America. We need to prepare ourselves to be able to compete with others around the world so that we will be able to hold on to the jobs that are here, and we'll be able to have our students prepared to compete globally. There's also areas where I think that we're failing. And in those areas, we see new technologies not being readily available for students and teachers in the classroom. They're on lockdown, and we are hesitant to involve them in our classes. Other areas that we see change need to be made is incorporating new fads and new ways of learning. Schools block sites like Twitter and YouTube and Wikipedia, and we're unable to use the valuable resources that they provide us to be able to teach our students. So now the question arises, what needs to be changed? I think that we need iPads readily available in each and every classroom because of the diversity that they present both teachers and students. iPads present interesting and fun and inviting opportunities to both teachers and students in teaching, learning, and in assessment. I would be able to incorporate technology into each lesson that I prepare as an English teacher. Students would be able not only to learn the content that needs to be taught, but they would also be able to utilize the technology to learn skills that they'll need to compete in the global market. And teachers will be able to develop their assessment in new ways to ensure that students use the technology and are prepared to use it in the new world. The iPad offers a lot of fun, engaging, and inviting applications that can be used in the classroom, some of which we have already used. Many of us use WordPress for our class blog, and WordPress has an application that you can use on the iPad. This would be able to help students organize all of their blogs and entries into one common space, be able to follow other people's blogs, and be able to post their own information to be shared with the world. Another application that students could use is Twitter. On Twitter, students would be able to keep up to date on lessons by teachers posting the lessons online, be able to share their thoughts on the lessons and assignments with friends and family. They would also be able to take on interesting roles to keep parents up to date on what the class is doing. One idea I had was to be able to help students take on the role of characters in a novel that we are studying. They would be able to post summaries of what we have read and what the characters have done on a character-specific Twitter account. In doing this, they'll be able to study character motivation, themes, and symbols throughout the books while sharing them through fun and interesting technology. Another application that is similar to Twitter that accomplishes the same goals would be Google+. Google Plus offers you the opportunity to hang out with friends, video chat, and also share documents, ideas, and just chat. Being able to do this would offer students the opportunity to communicate their ideas in a similar way to Twitter, but without the text limitations of 140 characters. Being able to do this would help them communicate with parents, with each other, and also help them review for whatever content they need to make sure that they know. Perhaps my favorite application on the iPad is iBooks. iBooks offers students with the opportunity to learn how to read digitally, which is a new literacy that is important in the global economy. Being able to read on a digital screen has become increasingly important as businesses have moved away from printing documents on paper. Having digital documents saves money and will also save schools money in the long run because they will no longer have to purchase expensive textbooks or expensive novels. Having access to Shakespeare's entire library, as well as other classics like Pride and Prejudice or The Jungle Book, will be able to save schools money while also giving students the ability to access them from any place they are. Assessment opportunities have also become increasingly available on the iPad, as the Common Core has released their set of standards to the general public. These standards can be accessed by teachers to ensure that their lessons are following what they need to ensure that students are prepared to compete globally. Assessment is also available through applications like the flashcard app. Students will be able to quiz themselves on key terms, topics, or characters just by downloading a set of flashcards from the Quizlet database. This one includes characters from the Odyssey, which is a study that would be done in my freshman English class. Finally, the Documents application assists teachers in assessing students by keeping grade spreadsheets as well as other documents all in one place. Teachers would be able to see what assignments are missing, how scores have added up, and what grades are going to be by utilizing this application. Overall, the iPad meets goals set out for the 21st century in teaching, learning, and assessing, making students' jobs easier, teachers' jobs easier, and administrators' jobs easier. It can help save money, help teach students 21st century skills, and help teachers engage their students to ensure that they are competitive in the global market and prepared for whatever lies ahead of them, whether it's higher education or the job field. Corculus, $4.99, WordPress, free, Twitter, free, Google Plus, free, iBooks, free, Common Core, free, flashcards, free, Documents 2, free. 21st century learning, priceless.